Hi, welcome to Diamond Custom Paint Shop. In this video, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do a water slide. Now you might be asking, why do a water slide instead of painting or airbrushing or any other kind of means? There's two reasons I do it. Number one, it's fast and it's easy. Number two, it has a different look than if you're airbrushing or painting. Because as you can see, it's just like a picture. You know, you can take photographs of people, do the same thing. If you can print it on this paper, then you can water slide it. And so that's the two reasons I do it. It gives you a different look. And when you're custom painting, you always kind of want to mix things up, get different looks, you know, that stands your stuff apart from everything else. So yeah, that's the reasons I do it. It's up to you why you want to do it. You might just want to do it to do it. It's a pretty cool process and it looks pretty cool in the end. The materials we're going to be using are obviously the water slide decal paper, and you want to get it in white. And then this is glossy. So white glossy, like I said, just get off Amazon. It's fairly cheap. It's not very expensive. So go ahead and check out Amazon for that. You're also going to need a clear base coat and some reducer, urethane reducer, to reduce out your clear base coat. And I'll go over why you need that in a minute here. And then other than this clear base coat, what you can use is just rattle can clear. But if you use this, there's some things you need to kind of watch out for. I don't know if you really need to, but I'll go over that when we get to that point. When we start explaining that. You're going to need a little dish big enough to put your whatever you're going to water slide into. I'm just doing this little microphone, so once I cut that out, it'll fit in there pretty good. A heat gun, or you can use a blow dryer. It doesn't need to be super hot, just warm. And I just got my microfiber rag and an X-Acto knife. So the process of doing a water slide, first you're going to start out with finding an image and then printing it out on your inkjet printer. As you can see on this paper, it says right here, works on all inkjet printers. You want to make sure it says that on your water slide paper when you buy it, if you're using an inkjet printer. So you're going to print your image out onto the paper. And I usually, how I do mine is I just open up a Word document and I'll take it and add a picture to my Word document, and then you can size it to whatever size you need. It has the scales on the side in inches, and you're ready to go. You just print it off of that. Then you're gonna want to cut your image out, and you can either, these next two steps, you can either do flip flop. It doesn't really matter. So you're gonna cut your image out to this, you know, pretty close to how you want it to lay down on your project, and then you're gonna use clear base coat and clear base coat spray over this whole image here. And what that does is it locks down the ink on the paper. So when you put it in the water, your ink doesn't just float away on you. It kind of locks that down onto the paper. Now, like I was saying, you can use rattle can clear coat, you know, the Crystal clear coat, whatever. This is Rust-Oleum. But I'm not a paint chemist or anything, but I always got worried about mixing like this. And then once you put your water slide on, you use urethane clear coat over top of having a reaction. So when I first did my first couple, I used this, but I let it wait like a day. It might have been extreme, but I kind of let it sit just to make sure that this was nice and dry and no chemical reaction going on there. So yeah, do what you want there with that. But now I use Limeline's just clear base coat binder. And that's what I would recommend using, so you don't have any issues at all, because that's compatible with clear coat for sure. I know that. Okay, and then you're gonna, once you get that clear base coat sprayed onto your image, then we're gonna put that in the warm water and kind of let it soak there. You'll see it'll immediately kind of curl up. It doesn't take very long. It probably even says on here on the instructions how long it takes. It says 30 to 60 seconds, just till the image separates from this backing right here. And you'll see when that happens. When we do it here, you'll kind of see that. And then you'll take that image and then you'll lay it out onto your project. And then after that, you're going to kind of get your rag, and you'll kind of tamp. You're going to have water bubbles underneath there, or air bubbles, I should say. You want to kind of tamp those out, best you can. But you want to be careful. You don't want to start swiping it, because this has it. When you release that off this backing, there's an adhesive on there, and you don't want to squish all your adhesive out, because then it won't even stick to your project. It'll just kind of start flopping up, and you won't be able to get it to stick down. And then after that, once we kind of get that to where it needs to be, you can kind of start add just a touch of heat, kind of heat it up to kind of lock that down. And that's about it. Then you're about finished. It's that easy. So I'm going to get set up to do that image transfer on this guitar here that I've been working on. And we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now I'm going to use this Limelight minigun. It has a 0.8 tip on it. So I just got this. So I'm going to try it out for the first time to spray the clear base coat on this image here. So we'll give it a try and see how she works out. I'm really excited about this one. We're going to spray at about 28 psi. We'll try that, see what that does. Got my fan all the way open. So you just need a couple light coats on here is all you need. Kind of let that flash off for a second. Won't take very long. We'll just do one more coat, and that should do it for us. Get a little air going. Okay, one more coat. All right. Hopefully that does it. We'll find out. Get a little air, dry it up. Okay, now that we have that clear base coated, which we use that Limelight 0.8 minigun, which sprayed awesome, by the way. So go ahead and check one of those out. They're pretty cheap. Go to the Limelight Paint Supply link in my description, and you can get 10% off that thing. So, all right. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut out right around the very edge of the microphone here to get it ready for the image transfer. And I'll probably do it on both of them, just so if one screws up, I got a backup. I always print two, in case one, when you're putting it in the water or something happens, we're going to take it from the paper onto your project, something happens, gets tore or something like that, you have a backup right then. So, all right. So I have a sharp blade. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Now you can either go, depending on what you're doing, you can either not get so close and get in this white, because what you're going to do, it's custom painting. So I'm going to lay this down, and now I'm going to be doing some airbrushing all around it with some flames and smoke kind of coming off this. And so you can actually, once you lay it down, you can edge out around this with black or whatever color to kind of fade it into your background. If you go to Time Warp Custom Paint, he does that, and you'll be able to see how that's done. In this instance, on my project, I want this cut as close as I can to the project or to the microphone. All right, and there's the other one. Okay, we'll be right back and we'll get to laying this down on that guitar. Okay, here we go. I didn't mention before, is where you're going to lay down your picture. You want that really smooth, so I went ahead and sanded that area with 600 grit. I use this wet sanding sponge, which works really good. Make sure that's really smooth so you don't have any texture or anything on there, because you'll see it through once you put this on there, just like with like gold leaf or silver leaf. So, okay, I already went ahead and used some panel prep on this and some glass cleaner, got it all nice and clean. So we have a clean surface to work with. And then what I like to do, I like to kind of lay this on here and get it positioned where I like. About right there. Now take some fine line tape, or you can use masking tape, doesn't matter. I just like to put some guides here. So when I lay it down, I'm kind of in the general area. Okay. And then next we're going to drop this into the water. We'll wait till it to kind of separate from the backing. As you can see, it already is starting to separate. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll lay this on here where we want it. Kind of get all as much of the bubbles and stuff as we can out while it's on the backing. And we'll go ahead and pull this backing out. We'll kind of soak up some of this water. Kind of tamp this down. Try to get these edges to go down here. Press and hold them for a second. See if we can't get them to stay down. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll try to see where there's some glue on there because it's not sticking down, and see if I can rub that off on the bottom of that. Get that to stick down. Get a heat gun, try to help it out a little bit. As you can see, those edges, like right here, are really hard to get down because I cut it, I think, so close, it wants to curl up. What you can do is you can cut a little bit outside of it, get it down, and then kind of cut your design out too a little bit, which is probably what I should have done down here around this, but we'll see if we can make this work. And we can go in and just kind of trim this little piece off there. Okay, and there we go, and that's all there is to it. As you can see, you got to kind of work them edges once in a while, and kind of what I did on some of this is there's still some of the glue. You can feel it's a little slick on here, kind of almost all gone now, but I just kind of got some of that under those edges, kind of rub it off on the back side, and then you got to kind of hold it down, give it a little heat. But yeah, there we go. Next thing we'll do is we'll clear coat this, and then we'll be ready to scuff it down and do some more graphics and finish this thing up. You can take your tape off here. Okay, there you go. That's how you do a water slide decal on a project. As you can see, it's not too bad. Just a few things you need to kind of pay attention to when you're doing it, and you can pretty much get her done the first time, hopefully. But always have a backup to do in case this one, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So you just don't feel bad, just take it off and restart again. It doesn't take very long. Some of the things you saw when we were doing it, this bottom part here, these edges, now that paper, the water decal wants to naturally curl up on itself. And so you saw we were having trouble getting that to stay down because it wanted to curl up. So I actually got a little bit of the backing that still had some glue on it, and you'll feel it'll be slick kind of feeling. I tried to rub it off on there and then press and hold it down and then add a little heat to it. Not a lot of heat, just be careful with the heat. It's just got to be warm, just kind of warm it up a little bit and just kind of keep pressing it and working it. And we finally got this stuck down. Probably what I would have done differently on this one with these smaller edges here, I would have probably just cut the big square out of this off the paper and then applied the microphone decal, right? Apply it on there. And then after it's in this state right here, dry, you can lightly go around with a razor blade and cut out your design, and that's really easy too. So that would have made things a little easier down here where this was kind of giving me a little bit of trouble. But in the end, you know, you can work through those problems and get it and take your art to the next level. So hope you like this video. If you have any questions or comments, just go down in the comment section and leave them there. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and then I'll see you on the next one.